authenticity of attachments for the purpose of determination of sufficiency in substance. In other words, whether we exclude or not. So if you vote in favor, we exclude the issue of authenticity of attachments. If you don't vote in favor, then we discuss on the issue of authenticity of attachments.
Chair.
The Honorable Tino.
May I clarify that the exclusion of the determination of authenticity is only for this stage, no? Because the position is
Of course.
that should properly be done in the proceedings proper,
Correct.
not at the stage of determination of sufficiency in substance.
Correct.
Para malinaw lang po, kasi baka isipin na yung motion ay ayaw na ma-determine kung authentic ba yung records o hindi. Ang sinasabi lang po, hindi po ito ang tamang panahon para
Correct.
gawin yun.
Okay.
May I be recognized, Madam Chair?
The Honorable SDML is recognized.
Just for purposes of determination of sufficiency of substance, I vote not to exclude. I vote to include.
That's
Kasi baka merong mga impeachment complaint na wala naman palang attachment o hawsyaw ang mga attachment. I am not saying na we will discuss the contents of the attachment. That would be for the proper hearing after we determine the substance. Ang sinasabi ko lang, dapat kapag may recital of facts, ang naka-attach dito ay mga dokumento na may probative value naman for proper hearing. Para hindi hawsyaw o haka-haka lang ang recital of facts. I submit, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Keith Flores.
Madam Chair, at this point, Madam Chair, I think it's enough that we rely on the verification under oath by the complainants themselves that it is based on true and correct facts and that it is also based on authentic records. Under oath, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Redon.
To be very clear po, I'm only pertaining to the first impeachment complaint, and it's actually it's just a factual question. Which of the attachments are in fact certified through copies, no? Gusto lang ho namin malaman. We are not conflating this question on whether or not this proceeding should in fact even proceed. Kasi sa totoo lang, kahapon po, I was raising it already in the determination of form na in fact, in previous impeachment proceedings, an impeachment was denied, rejected by the committee on the basis of the absence of personal knowledge and authentic records on the question of sufficiency in form. So ibig ko sabihin, if we will not be allowed to determine this at this point, kailan po natin yun madedetermine, hindi ba? So yun lang ho actually, and it's not even my question. My question is basically just factual. Doon po sa first impeachment complaint, alin po doon sa attachment, yung sa totoo lang, certified true copy, at alin po doon sa mga yon, yung hindi, without conflating it onto whether or not this complaint should proceed.
Madam Chair,
Honorable Rodriguez.
we are not yet there. We are still, the requirement really is just recital of facts, ultimate facts. In fact, the annexes are really would pertain to what is stated in the complaint. That is why it's annexed. We cannot go to the annex now because we are only, according to the rules, only focus on the recital of facts constituting the offense, and the complainant should be able to put in that complaint, in the recital of facts, what are the basis why the respondent will be liable under the 6 grounds provided by the Constitution. And that is why we don't yet go to the annexes. They are already mentioned in the complaint, because otherwise the annex standing alone cannot stand. It is to enforce a statement of fact in the complaint. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Rodriguez. For the guidance of all the members, we've heard a lot of varying opinions. Some are in favor of excluding the attachments for the purpose of determination of sufficiency in substance. Some are not in favor. But for the guidance of everyone, before we proceed to voting, we are requesting the Honorable De Lima to restate the motion.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to exclude the determination of the authenticity of the annexes, the records as attached to the complaint, at this stage of the proceedings, which is the determination of sufficiency in substance.
All right, the same has been seconded, and the same motion was objected to by the Honorable Ridon, and that is now, we are now dividing the House. Those who are in favor of the motion is to exclude. Raise your right hand. You may put down your hands. Those who are against the motion, please raise your right hand. You may put down your hands. Those who abstain, please raise your right hand.
Madam Chair, can I just say my,
Please wait, Vice Chair Dumogan, until we resolve the motion. Can we have the number of votes? Let me reconfirm. I find the numbers a bit doubtful. Okay. The motion, again, is to exclude the determination of authenticity of attachment for the purpose of determining sufficiency in substance. Those who are in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. You may put down your hands. Those who are not in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. With 21 in favor of the motion and 24 against the motion, the chair declares not to exclude the authenticity of the attachment in the determination of sufficiency in substance. So ruled.
Madam Chair? Madam
Yo,
Chair?
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair?
Can I call first Vice Chair Dumogan?
Thank
Vice
you.
Chair Dumogan and then Honorable Tino. You're
Very
recognized.
short. Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm happy that we voted against the motion because if we voted in favor of that motion, it will be violative of Section 3. The Section 3 requires, based on authentic records, in all of a sudden, in the determination of sufficiency in substance, you will waive the determination of authenticity of document. It's violative of Section 3.
Thank you, Vice Chair Dumogan. The Honorable Tino?
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Tino.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, in view of the fact that the Chair herself had to call for a vote 3 times, and in the second instance, she even commented on the record na hindi siya makapaliwala sa resulta. Okay? So in other words, medyo wala pong clarity dun sa naging botohan. I move for nominal voting on the point, Madam Chair.
The Honorable Flores is recognized.
Madam Chair, Congressman Tino, I saw the numbers admitted by the Secretariat. We lost on both counts, sir.
Let us be reminded that this is just a preliminary matter, no? I hope we will be recognizing the decision of the majority of the committee in as far as this issue is concerned.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable Ko.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, with due respect to the members of the committee, it is this representation's belief that hindi po actually dapat subject to ng vote because the rule provided in the rules on impeachment proceedings that in this stage, to determine the sufficiency in substance, ang kailangan pong gawin is to determine whether there's a recital of facts constituting the offense charged. That's it.
With all due
hindi po
respect,
ito
the
nakalagay
Honorable Ko,
otherwise.
the committee has ruled already. The Honorable Garbin.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I've been hearing the position of the movant, and they invoke the rules of court as in suppletory character. Now, while impeachment is a political process, the determination in sufficiency in substance is analogous to a judicial requirement that a pleading must allege ultimate facts constituting a cause of action, not mere conclusions of law or argumentative narratives. Under Rule 8, Section 1 of the Rules of Court, pleading must state the material facts relied upon and not evidence on general averments of wrongdoing. Applying this standard, Madam Chair, by analogy, the first complaint largely asserts labels and conclusions, such as the betrayal of public trust. And therefore, it is but right that the majority of the members should assert to include and determine the authenticity of the attachment in the said complaint. Thank you, Madam Chair.
The Honorable De Lima.
Just a short comment, Madam Chair.
You're recognized.
Given the vote to still include the determination of the authenticity of supporting documents or authentic records, I believe it will unnecessarily delay the proceedings and prejudice the causes of any complainant. And it went outside the very essence of what is the determination or what is sufficiency in substance as explicitly laid down in our own rules. Tatagal po ang proceedings at unfair sa mga complainants and labag dun sa ating rules natin. Recital of facts constituting the offense charged. So what is the point of looking into or inquiring into the authenticity of supporting documents. That's my view, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
very
The
much.
Honorable Flores.
Madam Chair, I agree with Congresswoman De Lima. And I have also seen the complaint and the attachments for the impeachment complaint against the Vice President. And it's voluminous, Madam Chair. And if we follow that rule on that impeachment complaint, it will take us forever.
Madam Chair.
The Honorable De Lima.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. In view of these views expressed post-voting, may I move for reconsideration of the decision of the majority?
For the guidance of all the members, the question of the committee right now is only with respect to whether or not the records are authentic. It doesn't go into the truthfulness of the contents of the attachments yet, which is evidentiary already, no? The motion which we voted upon only pertains to whether or not we will include the issue of authenticity of the attachments. And I think that will be answered by merely checking on whether they are certified or otherwise. We are not looking into the truthfulness of the contents of the attachments yet, because we all agree that that will happen during the hearing proper of this proceeding. So with the indulgence of all the members, we have voted upon this motion. This is merely preliminary. We have 5 grounds to discuss, 5 offenses anchored on 3 grounds to discuss. We shall now proceed to hear the comments and manifestation on the first ground. That is kidnapping and surrender of the former president constituting either culpable violation of the Constitution or betrayal of public trust.
Madam Chair. Yeah.
Is this about the first
It's
offense?
still about the annexes, Madam Chair.
We have ruled on that issue already. So
Madam Chair, let's
In the
proceed.
interest of
Let's
time.
proceed.
in the interest of time and with the indulgence of all the members, let us proceed to hear the comments and manifestations on the offenses and whether the same constitute a ground for impeachment.
All right, I just wanted to state for the record, Madam Chair, that proceeding to the first ground,
The first offense.
the first offense, most of the annexes are news articles. I'm stating it for the record. There are only, for the entire complaint, there are only, I think, 3 annexes that are official records on which I'm asking on whether or not there exists a certified true copy for it when it was submitted to the House. No? So this is Annex U, transcript of Committee on Accountability of Public Officers and Investigations, Blue Ribbon, 25 September 2025. Annex L, Supreme Court decision dated 3 December 2025, Pimentel versus House of Representatives. And Annex A, Committee Report, Committee on Foreign Relations. Everything else, Madam Chair, are actually news articles that had been submitted as attachments to this particular complaint. And I think there is particular relevancy to it because I'm quite certain that it might be insufficient for evidence to be based on mere news articles only. So going to the allegation relating to kidnapping and arresting the president and bringing him to The Hague, I think it needs to be stated, Madam Chair, that the arrest of the former president is in pursuance of a treaty obligation between the Republic of the Philippines and Interpol. So, wala pong batayan para sabihin that the former president was kidnapped. More importantly, kidnapping is a legal conclusion and it does not constitute as a statement of fact. No? So, doon pa lang po, parang meron na pong problema yung pong ground po na ito. So, to be clear, ang annex po on the matter is Annex A, Committee Report, Committee on Foreign Relations. Annex B, Senate probe reveals lapses in Duterte's arrest. Daily Tribune, 27 March 2025. Annex C, Duterte ICC arrest. Inquirer, 27 March 2025. At Annex D, VP Sara on father's arrest. GMA News Online, 20 July 2025. But I think it has already been sufficiently established, Madam Chair, that this was not a kidnapping. This was an implementation of a warrant that had been issued by the Interpol, in which Interpol sought the assistance of the Republic of the Philippines to implement this particular arrest warrant against the former president. To be clear, this is not in pursuance of a relations between the International Criminal Court and the Philippines, because this relation has already been broken when we had left the ICC in the previous government. So, para malinaw lang po, walang batayan para sabihin na meron pong pananagutan ang ehekutibo dito po sa pag-aresto sa dating Pangulo at pagdadala po sa kanya sa International Criminal Court, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
The
Madam
committee
Chair.
notes the manifestation of the Honorable Ridon. The Honorable Chu is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I share the observation of the Honorable Terry Ridon, and I also submit that there is insufficiency in substance for a very simple reason that we all should be guided by the elements of the crime alleged, which is kidnapping. Ano po ba para pumasok sa kidnapping? Maliwanag naman po sa ating revised penal code. Number 1, kailangan yung offender is a private individual. Dito pa lang po, wala na po, tapos na po yung usapin. Pangalawa, dapat po ay yung act, dapat po the act is illegal or the deprivation of liberty is without legal justification. Maliwanag naman po that the arrest of the former president was via warrant issued by the International Criminal Court. So dito pa lamang po sa dalawang elementong ito ng kidnapping, wala na po, kulang na po. Kaya masasabi ko po na yung offense charge will not be sufficient in substance. Thank you po, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, may I
Thank
be
you.
recognized? Madam Chair.
The Honorable po, and then Honorable Chel Jokno, and then Honorable De Lima. And then Honorable Vice Chair Dumogan.
Madam Chair, thank you for recognizing me. Just for clarity, would it be possible to ask the endorsers if they're aware of any kidnapping cases that were filed against any members of the administration in relation to the ICC arrest?
May we request the endorser, the Honorable Nisay, to answer the question of the Honorable Po?
Madam Chair, sagutin ko lang yung kabuuan. Attached sa DSUS complaints ang ilang dokumento o public records at pati na rin sa mga news articles kasi sila ang pinaka-accessible.
If I may interrupt, Honorable Nisay, the question is very specific. Whether or not you are aware of a case of kidnapping filed against the impeachable official.
Am I aware, Madam Chair?
You are?
Aware.
So you are aware that there is a case of kidnapping filed against the impeachable official?
No, no, no. That there is no, ma'am.
Okay. So does that satisfy your question, Honorable Po?
Yes, Madam Chair. The reason why I asked that is because in order for us to determine that kidnapping had taken place to begin with, if there was kidnapping, shouldn't there have been a case filed against any administration official involved in the ICI arrest?
You mean not only the impeachable official?
Not only the impeachable official, because even if we're
Madam
saying
President,
responsibility-wise,
Madam Chair, the
shouldn't
President
the
is
case have
immune
been
from
filed?
suit, and therefore
That
there's
is
no
correct.
case pending before this President.
All right.
But Madam Chair, even if the President is immune from suit, no other official in the administration has a case pending regarding kidnapping.
Okay.
Am I
To
correct?
complete the question of the Honorable Po, he's asking if you're aware of any case filed against any government official in relation to the alleged kidnapping and arrest of the former president. Honorable Nisay?
Yes, Madam Chair, I am aware that no pending case.
He is aware that no cases were filed against any government official.
That's all, Madam Chair. Just wanted to establish that for the decision-making of those who will be determining substance on the grounds of kidnapping.
Thank you, Honorable Po. Honorable Jokno is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. First, a point of clarification on the ruling of the chair and of the committee. Does this mean that during the next phase or the evidentiary phase of these proceedings, the complainants will not be able or will not be given the opportunity to authenticate their documents? Because I believe that that is a part of due process that should be accorded during the evidentiary phase. I am concerned because this ruling will have an effect on other impeachment complaints, that if we adhere to this and strictly apply it, that would we would be depriving complainants of their day in court. I'm very concerned about this, Madam Chair, because as I understand it, we go first through the form, which is a very simple process. We then look at the complaint in terms of sufficiency and substance, which, as Congresswoman De Lima said, is simply looking at the allegations of the complaint and hypothetically admitting that they're true. And then, only after that, do we look at the evidence and allow the parties to authenticate their documents. I don't think there's any requirement at all in our rules that require that all documents upon filing of the complaint already be duly authenticated.
The Honorable Vice Chair Dumogan.
Let us read Section 3 of our own rules. Second paragraph. An impeachment complaint is verified by an affidavit that the complainant has read the complaint and that the allegations therein are true and correct of his personal knowledge or based on authentic records. There we are. The rules of the impeachment of the House requires that those documents to be attached must be based on authentic records. That's what I was pinpointing.
Madam Chair.
I might somewhat agree with you, but that is our own rules.
May I respond, Madam Chair? The way I understand it, that matter should have been taken up when we discussed the form in terms of whether the verification was proper or not. We have already gone past that stage. We are now looking at the sufficiency and substance of the complaint. And later, assuming it is sufficient in substance, I think we have to give the complainants the opportunity to substantiate, authenticate their submitted documents.
Madam Chair,
The Honorable Tino.
in addition to that, I would point out that the requirement in the determination of sufficiency in substance, where it says that the complaint must be a verified complaint, meaning to say it is based on personal knowledge and or authentic records, that requirement is satisfied through the submission of a verification duly sworn to and notarized. So for purposes of these preliminary stages of the impeachment proceeding, for as long as there is a verification duly notarized, then that requirement that this is a verified complaint has already been satisfied. Lagpas na po tayo doon.
With the
Madam Chair.
indulgence of the members of the committee, let us all be reminded that we've ruled already on the issue of the inclusion or exclusion of the issue of the authenticity of the attachments. As to the question of the Honorable Jokno, whether we will be allowing its authenticity during the reception of evidence, we reserve the discussion of that issue as we reach that matter, which is the reception of evidence during the hearing proper. We are reminding the members of the committee to confine the discussions and manifestations to the offense which is being discussed at the moment. We are on the first offense. The Honorable Padiernos.
Madam Chair, may I proceed to propound some clarifications and questions?
Is it on the first offense?
Yes, Madam Chair.
You may proceed.
I would like to address the questions to the Honorable Nisay. So, for clarity, the grounds for the first allegation is based on culpable violation of the Constitution and betrayal of public trust. Is that correct, Madam Chair?
The Honorable Nisay.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, may we know from the endorser which specific, in terms of the culpable violation of the Constitution, which specific provision in the Constitution did in this case, the President violate?
Representative Nisay may answer. The question is the specific provision of the Constitution which was violated by the impeachable official.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, can request 2 minutes break.
Of course. Let us be reminded by our understanding about the sufficiency in substance that the offense alleged we should be able to connect the offense alleged to the ground of impeachment under which the same is anchored. And I wish to believe that this is the rationale behind the question of the Honorable Padiernos, why he is asking what specific provision of the Constitution was actually violated in relation to allegation of the kidnapping and arrest of the former president. Would you like to move to your next question or manifestation while the endorser thinks over the proper answer to your question?
Madam Chair, this is very important because according to the rules of the House on impeachment, in determining the sufficiency and substance, we must determine whether there's a recital of facts constituting the offense charge. So this is very important to know which exact provision of the Constitution did the impeachable official violate.
Madam Chair,
You're recognized, Honorable Nisay.
under po the due process, nirerespeto po natin yung Constitution.
It is the due process clause.
In that sense, Madam Chair, would may we know from the endorser that whether any Philippine court has issued a finding that there was a violation of due process or that the arrests constituted kidnapping?
Madam Chair, none so far.
So in this case, Madam Chair, it would appear that on the basis of the first ground, there is no impeachable offense. And to add on to that, Madam Chair, may we know from the endorser whether there is an actual written presidential order with regard to the arrest of the former president.
Madam Chair, wala po pero under the directive po yung ng presidente, ang PNP.
Congressman Padiernos, he's saying that the PNP was under the directive of the impeachable official, that's why. Notwithstanding lack of order coming from the president.
But again, Madam Chair, we are determining here there must be an overt act personally attributable to the president or the impeachable official. So how can we say that the impeachable official should be liable because of the supposed action of the PNP in this case?
Honorable Nisay, Honorable Padiernos is asking for the overt act committed by the president or the actual participation with regards to the alleged arrest and kidnapping.
Madam Chair, I think yung dapat po na wala siyang ginawa. Po yung
So, Madam Chair, is omission equivalent to an impeachable offense?
Madam Chair, for us po, is a yes.
I rest my case, Madam Chair. I would just like to manifest that based on the answers propounded by the endorser, and with due respect, this representation does not believe that on the first ground that there is an action, there is a recital of facts that would constitute the offense charge being culpable violation of the Constitution and betrayal of public trust. That's all, Madam
The
Chair.
committee notes the manifestation and answer of the endorser.
Madam-
The Honorable Suntay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Through you, Madam Chair, on the first ground, alleged culpable violation of the Constitution, the complainant alleges that the President ordered or enabled the arrest of and surrender of the former President Rodrigo Duterte to the ICC, did so without a valid Philippine warrant, therefore violating national sovereignty, due process, and constitutional guarantees. Would that be correct?
Yes, Madam Chair.
So the legal theory asserted, Madam Chair, is that the ICC surrender constitute a constitutional violation and therefore an act of betrayal of public trust. Would that be correct?
Yes,
Honorable
Madam
Nisay.
Chair.
And may I know, Madam Chair, through you, may I know what would be the evidence to support these allegations? I was reading the complaint. I saw Senate committee reports, media articles, statement of public officials, and it was limited to that. Would there be any other?
Madam Chair, yung mga news articles, yung mga publicly available published articles. Kasi sila po yung pinaka-accessible na form ng public record na nag-reflect ng mga event timelines at statements na alam naman ng public. Gaya po ng sinabi ko kanina, isa sa mga layunin ng mga news articles na ito ay mag-establish ng pattern na mayroong nangyayaring graft and corruption, culpable violation of the Constitution, betrayal of public trust. Kumbaga sila ay mga circumstantial evidence na pag nag-combine ay magpo-form sa conclusion na karapat dapat nang i-impeach ang ating presidente dahil na siya ay karapat-dapat, dahil siya ay karapat-dapat hindi mamuno.